What is going on, all you beautiful, gorgeous, and wonderful aviators? RandomEd787 here. Finally, we have new Flight Simulator 2024 info, and yes, I know I went on another hiatus. I was away for a little bit, but let me explain. I was trying to wait for new info to come, and I'm talking not just info, substantial info. I didn't want to cover something small and, try to stretch it out excuse me, into like a 10-minute video. That would just be totally unnecessary. So, but today we got a ton of info regarding Flight Simulator 2024. A lot of Flight Sim YouTubers have actually gotten to play the game, and I'm going to go over some of the stuff that they talked about, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it as well, and just to tell you what I'm thinking this sim is shaping up to be, and I think it's going to be nothing short of incredible based on what we're seeing. I still remain skeptical on some things, but from what I see, this is dwarfing FS 2020, and when I mean dwarfing, I mean literally dwarfing. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's go ahead and start off with character customization, or I guess I should say avatar. Yeah, there's literally no competition here compared to FS 2020. This is insane amounts of customization compared to 2020. I'm not saying this is like Elder Scrolls or Fallout or Sims type of level customization, but for a flight simulator, this is pretty substantial. So, as you can see here, there are a ton of options you could choose from, different races, all types of nationalities, tons of clothing options. Of course, I'm going to be easily wearing the bomb jacket because I have one in real life and I love wearing that thing. It makes me feel like a total badass. So I think this is awesome. And also, you can choose different voices and apparently even record your own voice. Is it going to be like trying to use like AI to generate your voice like they do with a lot of those AI voice things? You know what I'm talking about. So I'm actually really excited for this because it's going to make Flight Simulator more personable. It'll just be cool to see a somewhat resemblance of myself in the cockpit. And I even heard another YouTuber even bring up that there could be mods for this. You could be seeing stuff in the marketplace, and I'm sure some people will come up with some creative things. We'll see how that happens. I hope we do get the autopilot from the movie Airplane. I think that would be fantastic. So I'm sure someone's already thinking of doing that right now. Not me. I don't know how to make mods or anything like that. So customization for avatars is something that's going to get a heavy focus on this, and I'm very excited to try it out. Moving on, let's talk about the main menu because it has been completely redesigned. And I'm just going to say this. I don't know if this is the official music in the main menu, but if it is, it's beautiful. I love it. It's majestic. It's relaxing. I absolutely love it. But I hope we have a lot more music options because we only really have 3 in FS 2020. I would like to have more, but from what I see so far, it looks great. As you can see, the UI here is completely redone. So let's go ahead and look at some of the stuff that's actually in this and the info that I've seen flying around YouTube today. So let's go ahead and start off with the World Photographer missions where you go around and take pictures of like locations and wildlife. And apparently Planet Zoo and Zoo Tycoon developers are actually partnering with Azobo on this, which is pretty interesting. I think that's really cool that they're getting a lot of partnerships going. And apparently there's going to be hundreds of species in the sim, and there's even going to be migration data. I think it's time to stop calling this Flight Simulator and just call it World Simulator at this point, because the amount of stuff they're putting into this is just literally astronomical. I've never seen an undertaking like this. So as for me, am I going to be playing this? Probably not. This doesn't really interest me. I'll check it out when it comes out, but it doesn't really appeal to me personally, but it's cool that it's in there regardless. And apparently this is a brand new mode that's called Challenge League, and this is something that's going to be updated weekly with all types of new challenges. So it's kind of like an extension on the activities type of thing. In fact, speaking of activities, they actually are going to be making a return. Some from FS 2020 are going to be coming over, along with some new ones. I never really cared for the activities. They don't really appeal to me. And the same thing's probably going to go with Challenge League. But there's going to be weekly updates. There's always going to be something new. And yeah, I might check it out once in a while if I want to try something different. So it's kind of nice that we're getting a brand new game mode in Flight Simulator 2024. Okay, let's move on to the big one, and that's career mode. For anybody that was skeptical on this mode, if it was just going to be like, oh, it's just going to be missions, you just do them once, and then you're done with it. No. This is nothing like those missions at all. This is, when I say a literal career mode, it's a literal career mode. In fact, it's such a literal career mode, you can start your own aviation business in this. Now, we don't know how many of those type of businesses you can start exactly, but the fact that you can even do that is pretty insane. And you even pay maintenance fees, you actually earn money. And I'm just going to say this, Zobo, don't you dare put in any microtransactions for this. I call them micro scam actions, personally, for the most part. I do not want to see that in this simulator. Luckily, there's been nothing to suggest that that's going to be the case. I think Azobo know that they would get a lot of blowback on that because the career mode is going to be a little bit more for the casual and core simmers as well. It's going to be appealing mostly to that group of people. But let me just say just how substantial this is all going to be. Besides, just run your own business. But oh yeah, I also the maintenance fees, and if you crash your plane, you lose it. It's gone. And apparently you can even have insurance companies that can cover stuff for you. But I just really do hope that even if you just damage your plane a little bit, it can be repaired. I think it might be, but I can't confirm that. So let's go over what you'll be starting with. You'll be picking out an airport anywhere in the world. Now, I don't know if this is every airport, but you pick out the country, or for me, it would be state, since I'm in the United States. You just pick a headquarter and decide where to start your career. And you're going to even have a certification tree, and you got to take different exams to pass. I guess some people might be... I know Jeff Favignano suggested that some core flight sim pilots are going to be a little turned off by this. Me, personally... No, I love trying to rank up and grind and stuff like that. That for me, this is perfectly fine. Because it's more bragging rights, so I can just show off my my certifications. Like, hey, look what I can do. What you got on me? So, I'm actually okay with that. So you'll be going through the ranks, and there's going to be over 65 training programs in the game. And here's the part that's mind blowing. I want you to take a guess how many actual missions there are going to be. What do you think it's going to be like? Maybe 50, 100, 500, maybe 1,000? No, 3 million. Yeah, you heard me right. I said 3 million. And they're all going to be changing daily, and they're fully dynamic. So... that's some I can't even wrap my head around. So that's pretty insane. So they're apparently going to always be different. So to anyone thinking out there that these are just going to be repetitive missions over and over again, that does not look like it's going to be the case. We'll see how dynamic they actually are. We'll have to see that as we actually play it. But man, the undertaking for this is absolutely massive. I cannot believe it. And also, when it comes to the walk around, it's actually going to be much more substantial than we think. Now, granted, I don't know if this is only for career mode. It might be for free flight, but as for career mode, the walk around you do is actually going to be crucial to your flight. Like, for example, you forget to take off the pitot tube, and in case people don't know what that is, that's what measures that's what gives you your airspeed, because air flows through the pitot tube, and that's what gives you your airspeed. And if you still have that cover while you take off, well, guess what? You're not going to know your airspeed at all. So that's pretty insane, and you got to check your plane. And apparently there's going to be wear and tear on the plane from what I've heard in the past, so maybe your planes degrade over time. In fact, from what we do know is that when you land on dirty areas and stuff like that, you're going to have mud and grime and dirt getting up on your airplane, and apparently that's dynamic too. I'm like, just these small details that don't even need to be in the sim, Azobo bothers to add it anyway because they're just like, Yeah, why not? Screw it, let's put it in. You know, I adore developers who are that freaking committed. I don't know if I could be that committed. I consider myself a somewhat detailed-oriented person, but not to the extent that a lot of these game developers are. I just wouldn't have the patience. So this is absolutely awesome. And apparently you'll also be graded on your walk around too in career mode if you got everything. So it's going to be more crucial than we think. Alrighty, last but not least, let's talk about the marketplace. And this one will be kind of short, but apparently we're going to begin some, okay, maybe not substantial, but some pretty noticeable improvements to the marketplace. But the one that really stood out to me the most, and this is really the only one I'm going to be covering. Now, granted, I want to put an asterisk on this. This is going to vary from developer to developer. This is not going to be for every plane in the marketplace. But apparently, I think with every Microsoft plane, this will apply. But there's going to be a feature where you can have a free trial, like a demo for a limited period of time, or you can just rent the plane instead of buying it. You can still buy it, but if you want to rent it and not pay all the money because you're not sure about it, the option's going to be there. Now, how many developers are going to actually do this? We'll see. But you know what? I'm glad that they're doing this because it's going to really show you who the real greedy ones are, probably. So, you know, I think there should be a right to try before you buy in a lot of cases, you know? I mean, I don't see what the harm is in me doing a free trial or renting a plane for a little bit. Because I honestly think it'll actually improve your sales because people actually get to try it before they actually buy it and see if it's, you know, worth their time. And if they like it, there you go. They don't have to worry about, you know, gambling away their money, or most people won't even bother to put down the money because they're just like, it's probably not going to be appealing to me, but hey, I got an option to try it now. So I hope a lot of developers actually use this feature. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this video today. I am still going to be going over at least, I think, 2 more videos. One talking about more the details in Flight Simulator, like comparisons to FS 2020 to 2024. And I'm going to be going over the aircraft list. So get ready, guys. We got a ton more info. In fact, we even got more info coming on the 25th from Azobo themselves. So I will be covering as much as I can. I just have some other personal things I need to get done. Mainly, the big thing is I'm taking my private glider written exam. So I got to really focus on that because I'm taking it next Friday. So I'll try to do my best to get as many videos as I can out and balance and all that. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button as well. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys, and happy flying.